If you don't get what you want, you suffer. If you get what you don't want, you suffer. And even if you get exactly what you wanted, guess what? You still suffer because you can't hold on it forever. Change is a law. And we have two choices: adopt or give up. I was lucky to get to know a man who embraced the change. He found the peace with changes that impacted the lives of his family. He actively makes changes through his own inventions and investments. A man who is on a personal mission to change the world, day by day, bit after bit, to create a better place.
In general, I'm an ordinary person. I do what I like to do, and I love technology. The fact that it's a combination of things and not specifically. But let me tell you something. Somebody told me something about myself, which I wouldn't say. If it would be me, I wouldn't come and say, hey, I have this. But somebody else said about it, which I like very much. He said to me that I am the Forrest Gump of the Israeli technology. Of course, I was lucky as well. You can say I was at the right place at the right time, with the maybe right need. Yeah. It's a lot of work. And not to me, I don't really admire anybody. I do think very highly about my grandfather, which was amazing.
Yes.
He was really entrepreneur. 100 years ago. One thing which I learned, that's a lot from my grandfather, is the curiosity. My grandfather used to learn anything, how it works, what happens. He was born to a very tough life. When he was 5 or 6 years old, his parents were dying, so he was adopted by another family. And he got there and found his way. He was very, very good in mechanics. He built a factory for silver, and then he established a bank, and then he bought from London equipment to do oil digging, which became very popular these days in Poland. And then sometimes he said, hey, it's a good business. Why do I have to just bring the equipment? Let's buy the fields and dig myself. And he became an owner of such fields. Anyway, he used big data. He knew he had a big map. And in the map, he actually drew the places where they digged and they had oil, and the places where they digged and they didn't have oil. So he could look at the place, hey, that's a pretty good one. Let's go and buy it. Until the war came, the World War II. Now, what happened in the war is that, and that's entrepreneurs. My claim is that I'm an entrepreneur. Part of it is DNA.
Yeah.
Part of it is DNA. And my mother was a very, very nice lady, which was really people first. People first comes from my mother, which was very, very nice to everybody. You know Richard Feynman, the physician?
Yeah, Richard Feynman, yeah.
He's amazing. I read all his books. I just read one of his books last holiday. Amazing physician, but his moral, the way he looked at things, his humor, his attitude to life in general, is a very broad understanding in many, many areas. His vision, understanding the future. I'm reading his book, which was written maybe 50 years ago, and he's talking there about things which are going to happen 10 years from now, and yeah, he really saw it. I'm a hard worker, but I'll tell you two more people which I admire. The people who comes to clean the office, which is what they're doing. They work, that's what they're doing for life. Yeah. They love the job. They clean with their heart. They do things which no one asked them to do, but they say, hey, we found this place, this is incorrect. I'll bring something, I'll fix it. Yeah. Hey, it's not your job. You fix it. Yeah. They have ideas of how to improve things, how to buy things which are a bit better. and you see that first of all they're doing an amazing job. Second, they really enjoy what they're doing. And I enjoy work that they are to work with them. I call it working with them. They're not working for me, they work with me. Okay? So I said, I think it's the thing which are DNA. Entrepreneurship is DNA. Means you can, DNA doesn't mean you can't do it if you are not, it's not 0-1. There is a range. And it doesn't mean that if you are not at the top of the range, then you won't make it. You can be here, but you can drive yourself up. The best runners in the war are not the ones who were born as the first runners, but these were the guys who were maybe at the top quartile, okay? Maybe not at the edge of it, but somewhere. But they were working very, very hard to become the winners, the guys, the people who are making, or getting the medal, the gold medal, running or swimming or whatever it is. So I work very, very hard. That's part of it, and everybody can work hard. So get this disappointment and say, okay, I failed here, I failed here, I failed here. I continue to knock the doors until I find the right doors.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I talk about my experience, I can talk about the many things I've done, including failures. And from the failures, we learn more than anything else. I don't know how to tell companies to be successful. I can try. I'm an investor. I'm very much involved in investing. Once we invest, I'm working for the companies. I work for them. I'm like the manager of business development, not the VP. So VP, you choose a VP, yeah? But I work for you, give me a title. Dov Moran, business development manager. That's a good title, yeah? So I work for them, but I still cannot tell them how to succeed. I can tell them maybe how not to fail. The first question you should be asked is why? And I think that there is a why, and the why, I think that we do have a mission, each one of us. Maybe many of us are getting that test automatically, they don't really think. Ask the question, but they do act like that. I think that we all need to make this world a bit better. Not everybody has to become an entrepreneur. I don't encourage everybody to become an entrepreneur. For some people, it's not the right way. For some people, they are not ready for it. And by the way, if you become an entrepreneur, the chances for success are not, even if you will be perfect, are not 100%, are far below, far below. So you have to overcome it and continue and fight again and try again. And yes, if there are failures, stick to the dream. If the dream was destroyed, get another one. We are investing in amazing companies that each one of them has an impact. The second part of People First is creating value. We invest only in companies who do create value to the world, who make impact. What I tell them, listen, a byproduct will make very, very well in money. We are making very well. Our current gross IRR is over 30%, which is it's a very nice number.
That's nice.
But that's a byproduct. It's not we want to make money. We are not investing in adtech, in edtech, in fintech, in gaming, in anything which we don't see a true value coming out of it. We want to invest in companies who make this world a bit better. By the way, it's not so difficult. I do have inventions in things which interest me. I have inventions at what happens at autonomous cars. My best invention, you ask me, what's the best invention I have? Which is one which I like more than all. I have an invention, actually it's several inventions that relate to what happens when autonomous cars are getting to an accident. I wrote algorithms for that. And I got a patent for it. That's an example. But that's because I like the issue of autonomous cars. Why do I like autonomous cars so much? Because I'm a terrible driver. Many young people say, hey, I want to go to the beach and I'll sit on the beach and I have invention. No.
You never get that.
You never get that.
You need to be out there experiencing
first of all,
frustrations about this.
Go to study. I was an engineer. I knew what is flash. I knew that USB, because I read a lot, I knew that USB is going to come in. This was 1998.
1998.
21 years ago.
Okay.
So laptops were not great these days. And when I finished, I saved my laptop and I closed the cover, which used to, if you close the cover, it used to go into standby. And I put it on my bag, but the computer continued working until the battery went to zero.
Okay.
Now, I didn't know. 6 o'clock, I go out of the airport, I go directly to the conference, I sit there with other guys, then my turn, I go back, I go on the stage, put my computer, nothing. And I stand in front of the people and look at them, they look at me actually, and I you know what's in my head? I look like an idiot. By the way, the feeling that you have in such case looks like that. That's this. Do you know what's that?
What is that?
That's the feeling of the sweat in your back. So, as I try to disconnect, do something, someone at the first floor, one of my friends, say, "Hey, take my notebook." Yeah, but I do a transfer my presentation from this computer, which doesn't work, to your computer. I can't do it. And I do remember the exact moment of invention, which wasn't really one moment. But when I finished my presentation and took off my cable after I gave the speech on the race, I said, never again in my life I'm going to give a presentation without having a copy in my pocket. I won't give you an advice of establish a company or be an entrepreneur. Some people should become entrepreneurs, some people should become regular programmers, teachers, physicians, clerks, whatever it is. And that's all as well. And just do whatever you like to do and do it with 100% of your heart. But maybe I want to provide one message.
Okay.
You need to define your mission statement for your life. You need to ask yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? What really leads me? Where is my North Star? The star that I always can look at and say, am I on the right way or I'm not in the right way? I'm drafting somewhere. I define mine. I have my target, make this world a bit better. It's a great target. I would love if others would adapt it, but adapt your target in life and go after it.
Chat with Dov was inspiring in many ways. Seeing personality like his, fully grounded, calm and humble, regardless of a huge business success, made me realize that the first thing that needs to be set is ourselves. Dov's team at Growth Ventures is a balanced team of men and women, Christians, Muslims, Jews, all working hard in one place to deliver on their mantra, people first, create value. This is the reflection of Dov, and it just validates his personal mission to make this world a bit better. This is his constellation for success. What is yours?